Ladies and gentlemen, it's Winnie Odinga on her way to Linda Wananchi.
Wow. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hapa Kisii. Mambo si rahisi hapa.
That is the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because earlier today, Winnie Odinga joined EDWIN SIFUNA Babu Owino and Linda Wananchi brigades during the burial of Richard Onyonka's mother in Kisii. And from her speech, you could tell where her heart is.
Jana niliona kwamba bei ya mafuta imepanda. Juzi nilisikia deni ya Kenya imepita zaidi ya trilioni 10. Najua hiyo namba ni kubwa sana hata wengine hawaeleki. But you know what that means? Ni kama uko na jirani, na huyu jirani yako na deni yako. Kidogo ameenda kwa jirani mwingine anakopa. Anaenda kwa M-Shwari anakopa. Anaenda supermarket anakopa. Anafunga simu yake ya Safaricom, anafungua hiyo ya Airtel anakopa. Hata nyumbani hawezi rudi saizi juu Shylock anamtafuta. Lakini ukiona hivi jamaa, unaona amevaa suti mpya, ameng'ara, viatu iko sawa, ameenda kwa kinyozi, amepaka hiyo kitu wanaume wanapenda kupaka hapa, amepiga line cut hapa, na ako na deni yako. Ukiona huyu jamaa utafanyaje? Ukimwona utafanyaje? That's what is happening here. The economy is in bad shape. Vijana hawana kazi. Mabiashara vidogo zimefungwa. Wakulima wanahangaika juu ya gharama ya mbolea. Na nyinyi hamna focus bana.
And there's one thing which I keep on repeating on this platform. That in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence. And that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Anybody who followed that event should have noted something, should have noted a script. I want you guys to watch your screen there and closely monitor that photo. And of course, monitor the video you are seeing there. What do you observe in that video or that photo? For me, I observed one very important thing. The body language between EDWIN SIFUNA and Winnie Odinga. You could tell they were in jovial mood. As a matter of fact, even the moment Winnie Odinga walked into the that tent, you could tell from the faces of EDWIN SIFUNA and even the bishop who was present there. Another quick observation was the presence of Ruth Odinga. Ruth Odinga at one point attacked John Mbadi. Her presence there was intended to send a message. And again, Winnie Odinga also today used the occasion to attack John Mbadi. John Mbadi is the cabinet secretary for Treasury, a former ODM chairperson, a man who was appointed by Raila Odinga, a man who was brave enough to tell off the Odingas during one of the ODM meetings. And the fact that Winnie Odinga decided to take on John Mbadi tells a story.
The National Treasury is not a political office. The National Treasury of the Republic of Kenya is not a personal office. The National Treasury of the economy of the largest economy in East and Central Africa is not a platform for you to abuse us and talk to us however you want. That is where we carry our economy. Kazi ya hiyo ofisi, unajua kazi ya hiyo ofisi ni kulinda how would you say it? Ni kulinda thamani ya pesa ya wananchi. Who said wajaluo wajui Swahili? Umesikia? That is the work of that office. And therefore, as public servants, I think we need to take a little step in how we treat each other, how we talk to people. We need to pay more attention to the people on the ground. We need to listen to them. And with that, I'm leaving now. Sorry if you want a ride still, but asanteni sana.
Ladies and gentlemen, from my own observation, Winnie Odinga is headed to Linda Wananchi. And that's going to be a major blow to Oburu Odinga.
No, Fred Matiang'i daktari, huyu si ametosha hajatosha? La mwisho kabisa, katika mrengo wa Linda Mwananchi haina ubaguzi. Umeona Linda Mwananchi iko na principles wengi sana hapa. Na katika ile team ya Linda Ground umeona hakuna watu huko. Wale watu wa ODM walibaki na chama. Watu wa Linda Mwananchi walibaki na wananchi na wenye chama. Kwa hivyo dada yangu venye alikuwa hapa Winnie Odinga, nilikuwa nataka nimwambie na ninajua atapata hii ujumbe. You must move away from that pond and come to the ocean. This is where there is life. Kwa sababu saizi hii ODM yenye iko sahi si ile ODM ya Raila Odinga. Hii ni ODM bandia. Na la mwisho.
So for me, I want to talk about that move by Winnie Odinga. Before I do it, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about Winnie Odinga, Linda Wananchi, and the event in Kisii. Number one, Raila Odinga spirit. There has been this narrative that Raila's spirit is right in Linda Wananchi. And today, if you listened to Ruth Odinga, she also attributed to that. When Winnie Odinga arrived, when Sifuna arrived, when Babu arrived, there was that presence which was being felt. So I tend to think that Winnie Odinga is choosing. I tend to think that Winnie Odinga is opting to join Linda Wananchi because that's where her heart is. Number two, I can also attribute Winnie Odinga's move to failure by Oburu Odinga and the group. There's something which Winnie Odinga stated there, that those who are in government are not talking to people nicely.
The problem that I'm seeing here ni kwamba viongozi hapa Kenya sana sana wale wako serikali hawajui kuongea na watu. Kama wewe ni viongozi lazima ongee na watu na heshima. Si kila saa unakuja mbele yetu unasema nitakutisha, wewe nitakumaliza, wewe utaniona, nyinyi mtajua. Hapana bana. We're also human beings.
And the fact that she attacked John Mbadi can point to that. So the truth is, Winnie Odinga joined ODM. Was it in Mombasa? Where was that event? I think it must have been in Mombasa. The last ODM event she attended. And actually the NDC. And it was expected that with the threat posed by Linda Wananchi, Oburu Odinga, Gladys Wanga were going to move a step further and try to bring Winnie Odinga back into the party. Someone like Makadara Member of Parliament, George Aladwa, tried to even push for Winnie Odinga to be accommodated in the name of becoming one of the deputy party leaders. The truth is, all those efforts have been thwarted. So Winnie Odinga feels frustrated. And because of that, because of the failure of Oburu Odinga and the group, she's now seeing an opportunity on the other side. Because remember, on the other side, they've been moving across the country. And Winnie Odinga is passionate about youth. And the youths are with the other group. I think that's what's now taking her to the other side. And importantly, I think Ruth, and number three, which is my third point, and number three, I also tend to think that Winnie is actually responding to ground politics. She was in Kisii. Is Kisii one term or two term? Kisii is clearly two term. And Nairobi, because that's where she wants to run. Is Kisii one term or 2 term? Kisii is clearly 1 term. What about Nairobi? Majority of Nairobians are singing 1 term. And because politics is local, I think Winnie decided, Kisii, this is the mood. Let me speak the language of the people. I come from Nairobi. My uncle is in 2 term, but the ground is 1 term. So I'm likely to join 1 term. I will not be surprised to see Winnie Odinga join EDWIN SIFUNA and Babu Owino during their next visit or their next tour. So clearly, she's being pushed by Linda Wananchi wave. And lastly, I'm looking at the 2027 formation. EDWIN SIFUNA is likely to go for the presidency. Can Winnie Odinga become the running mate? If that's not going to happen, what role will Winnie Odinga play? Because if Winnie Odinga were to join Linda Wananchi in the pecking order, they'll have to make sure that she's either number 2 or number 3. That's something they are going to do, because they want to run with this Raila narrative, the Raila spirit, the ODM base, the betrayal. So they'll have to make sure that Winnie Odinga is either number 1, which Sifuna has taken, or number 2. So which means there is the element of winning formation, the role Winnie will be playing. I tend to think that Winnie might even be, let's say, Prime Cabinet Secretary. I'm looking at it from that perspective. I don't know what you think. But do you think Winnie Odinga is headed to Linda Wananchi? Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.